Good afternoon and welcome to MC in Focus, Montgomery College's only student-produced news show. I'm Patrick Mensabodi.
And I'm Solange Moore. In today's top news, we'll have the latest in DC Metro story, Ted Cruz presidential bid, BW Parkway fatal crash, and much more.
Metro transit workers are struggling to maintain proper safety measures for their customers. During a public hearing in DC, several staff members of WMATA expressed hesitance to report any discrepancies. Metro employee Ryan Gibson said the pressure to keep trains running and keep customers moving convinces some employees to not report safety concerns. During an interview after the meeting, interim WMATA manager Jack Requa spoke of a new system being made that will allow staff members to report any significant findings anonymously, so that they will be encouraged to speak up.
Senator Ted Cruz, Canadian-born, eligible to run for the United States. Senator Cruz has lived in the state of Texas for many years and is renouncing his Canadian citizenship. His eligibility raises a question to the people. Can he run or can't he? According to the Constitution, any candidate must be 35 years old, resides in the United States for 14 years, and a natural-born citizen. Cruz should not have a problem running for president, since current President Barack Obama was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, and successfully won presidency for a consecutive 8 years. However, a decision was still not made for whether Senator Cruz is legally eligible.
Police are investigating a fatal accident on Baltimore, Washington Parkway that killed a 19-year-old. Terrence LeGroux, a Bowie State University student, planned to become a social worker to help troubled youth. LeGroux was on a night out with a group of friends when a vehicle rear-ended him, pushing the car off the road before it burst into flames. Witnesses told police the driver of the Lincoln left the vehicle and fled the scene before police arrived. No arrests have been announced.
Gas prices are dropping 10 cents a gallon this week. This is the cheapest gas we've seen in 6 years.
Wait, are you for real? For real?
This is the cheapest gas we've seen in 6 years.
Oh my gosh.
Due to shaking oil industry, gas prices are expected to drop even more in the weeks to come. By summer, predicted prices of gas will be under $2 a gallon.
The Rolling Stone story of campus rape is pushing into further doubt. Police reported Monday that they failed to find any evidence that Jackie, the anonymous University of Virginia student, was ever raped. The Rolling Stone magazine published Jackie's story in November. The story was first met with outrage aimed at the university's weak response to the rape. The outrage soon turned against the Rolling Stone itself after the Washington Post accused the magazine of weak journalism. The Rolling Stone is set to republish Jackie's story in April's edition.
Germanwings Flight 9525 investigators have made a discovery. According to the New York Times report, one of the plane pilots was locked out of the cockpit before the crash. Authorities revealed earlier Wednesday that they'd been able to access audio from the recorder, even though its external casing was damaged. Flight 9525 was carrying 150 passengers from over 18 countries, including a mother and daughter from Virginia.
The second annual Innovation Forum was held right here in our very own MCTV studio. Panelists led in discussions about change and innovation in higher education. Now we have Solange Moore with an inside look on the Innovation Forum.
The second annual Innovation Forum took place right here at our MCTV studio. Staff and faculty gathered to brainstorm new innovative ways to connect with students.
I'm Professor Samantha Streamer-Veneruso, and I'm the co-coordinator of the Montgomery College Innovation Works initiative here at Montgomery College. The Montgomery College Innovation Works initiative has been going since September 2014. The forums are just one part of a larger initiative that we're using to foster creativity and innovation here at the college.
A panel of speakers offered their creative problem-solving skills to answer questions from attendees.
When you set a student's mind on fire and you see that, I want to know how that worked. And
what we need to do is give you opportunities to learn technical and intellectual skills that allow you to communicate effectively in a world that's much more global.
And in fact, this virtuous cycle is about starting with the analysis, understanding what our problems are, then designing based on that and based on our knowledge of the tools, doing the development and implementation, and then being willing to go back at the end, evaluate, and revisit it.
The discussions range from motivation of students to personal involvement with their college and career plans through conversation and new technology.
Higher education is changing, and we need to engage faculty in the conversations about creative ways to deliver and create opportunities for students to participate in education in new ways.
How do we as an organization embrace our inner troublemaker to become agents of emergent possibility? As Parker Palmer would say, how do we give host to the alien other?
For MCTV, I'm Solange Moore.
Lovely stand-up, Solange.
Thank you.
Was that a robe you were wearing?
It was a robe, but I wore it as a shirt,
Oh,
so no one knew.
I see. I'm correcting with Pinterest, apparently. Up next, we have our sports anchor, Ian, with the latest in MC athletics. Take it away, Ian.
Thank you, Patrick. Welcome to MC in Focus Sports. I'm Ian Oko with the latest in the world of sports. Over spring break, the MC Raptors baseball team traveled to South Carolina to open up their season in a much warmer climate. The Raptors played County College of Morris and won 14-0, but ended up losing 5-2 against Mercer and 8-4 against Rochester Community College. The Raptors, however, managed to defeat Hagerstown in yesterday's game, winning by 4-2. Meanwhile, Montgomery College's track and field team started their season at a fast pace, qualified 13 men and women for the NJCAA National Championship event. The Raptors had an impressive 6 first-place finishes, 3 second-place finishes, and 4 third-place finishes. Devontae Johnson set a new school record in shot put, while Brianna Rhodes set a new record in long jump. The team will now travel to UMBC this weekend for the Big Dog Invitational. Way to go, Raptors. Washington Redskins coach Jay Gruden says it's not just about RG3 and that everyone on their roster has to improve. Gruden already named Griffin as the starter entering this season, but has also made it clear that if he didn't play well, backups like Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy will be ready. Gruden also said he wants Griffin and the other 2 quarterbacks to improve by becoming more decisive and, of course, staying healthy. In baseball, third baseman Anthony Rendon, season's opener for the Washington Nationals, was in doubt after a second MRI on his injured left knee failed to reveal the progress that he and the team had hoped for. Rendon enjoyed a breakthrough season last year, leading the National League with 111 runs scored and also winning a Silver Slugger award at third base and finishing 5th in the league's MVP balloting. In hockey, the Washington Capitals have been one of the best teams on the power play, but have had a difficult time offensively of late in some situations. Coach Barry Trotz was hoping his team can use the 4-day between games to regroup, the club's longest layoff since the All-Star break. The Capitals last night hosted the New Jersey Devils, which they won by 3-2. In basketball, Washington Wizards guard Bradley Beal left the game against the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday night with a right ankle sprain. The Wizards shooting guard had already missed 18 games this season, scored 5 of Washington's 20 first quarter points as the Wizards went on to lose 103-101. And by the end of tonight, only 8 of the Sweet 16 teams will remain in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Kentucky is obviously the best team remaining in this tournament, but the other 15 teams cannot be written off just yet. But what concerns most people is the new law that was recently enacted in the city of Indiana, which hosts this year's Final Four. In a statement that was released yesterday, the NCAA said they were especially concerned by this law, which grants businesses the right to refuse any kind of service to gay and lesbian customers. Indiana Governor Mike Pence signed the measure into law, stating that it was only based on religious freedom. The Final Four will be held at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on April the 4th. With MC in Focus Sports, I'm Ian Oko. Back to you, Patrick.
So much for the updates, Ian.
All right.
You are watching MC in Focus, Montgomery College's student-produced news show. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these student-produced commercials.
When listening to a musician, when bringing joy to people, when you are working, when you're being a superhero, or you'll find it while walking on the street. Help save the arts.
My name is Maimuna Kamara. I'm in a television program at Montgomery College. The television program is designed primarily for students to gain knowledge and skills needed to pursue career in television. It teaches the students skills applicable to the real world as a writer, as an editor, as a director, and many more. I recommend the television program because it will prepare you to enter the job market with the appropriate education.
Up next is our weekend forecast with Patrick. Take it away.
All right, today will be mostly cloudy with a chance of precipitation going away as we reach the evening. The high today will reach 51 degrees with the low of 31 in the evening. Saturday will be quite chilly with the high staying close to 40 degrees and the low reaching all the way down to 22. Luckily, even though the clouds will stick around, there is no chance of precipitation for the whole day. The clouds should break open on Sunday, leaving us with the high of 51 and low of 33 that evening. Looks like we may be finally getting over the winter cold, and we should expect it to slowly but surely warm up into spring. Thank God.
A first-year student who's a part of the radiologic technology here at MC, Marius Betfiong, has been chosen to participate in the American Society of Radiologic Technologists Student Leadership Program. The ARS program grants 90 students worldwide the opportunity to study abroad in Albuquerque, New Mexico. There he will attend the Educational Symposium and Annual Governance and House of Delegate meetings June 25th through the 28th. This also allows Marius Betfiong to be part of the educational courses and attend the opening of the ARS Museum and Archives. Congratulations, Marius.
Hepatitis C virus rates remain high in young adult injection users. More people die from HCV than from AIDS in the U.S. Most new hepatitis C infections occur with young people experimenting with drugs and tattooing with unsterile equipment. Because there is more concern in young people for HIV, most are not aware of the spread of the hepatitis B and C virus.
This has been MC in Focus. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Solange Moore.
And I'm Patrick Mensabodi, and our sports anchor.
Ian Alco.
So Ian, what was your favorite moment, well, what has been your favorite moment of March Madness so far?
I think watching Kentucky games.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they've been, before the tournament started, they were branded like the best team.
Mm-hmm.
Like a team too big, too strong, too everything, too
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and they've lived up to that expectation.
What was the most recent score in the game that they played?
I think they played yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and they beat West Virginia by
Oh.
78-39.
That's how you do it. Solange, are you completely lost, or did you you get some of it?
I'm a little lost.
Well, the sport that they're playing in basketball.
They're playing basketball.